Somebody, anybody. Why are people going after 50 Cent because of this Diddy documentary? Please let me know. I may be ignorant to the fact, but please let me know. What I'm thinking is people are thinking because of the success of this documentary on Netflix, which is off the chain, by the way. So if you haven't seen it, please go see it. But I think people are looking at that as number one and thinking that folks like myself think that 50 is number one. We think that he is the best thing since sliced bread, all that in a bag of chips, whatever phrase you want to use. No. We know that this man is an ass, a straight up bully, and there's several other words that I can utilize to describe this man and some of his antics, childish antics at that, that he has done. So just because of the success of this documentary, that's not saying that we are lifting him up and praising 50 Cent. That's not what we're doing. You got people like Ja Rule. You got people like Marlon Wayans. Mind you, I'm a huge fan of Marlon Wayans. You got people like Charleston White and a few other celebs that are questioning or have an issue with what 50 Cent did. I mean, if it's highlighting all the wrongdoings that we've been knowing and still have questions to this day about, then what is the issue? We know who 50 Cent is. Nobody is calling 50 Cent an angel. I don't even care for 50 Cent. I'm just saying. If you watch the video, you definitely was getting insight on some things that we've already been talking about for decades. Some of the stuff, or majority of the things that were in this documentary, we've already been talking about it for decades. We've been talking about the possible unalivings of Tupac and Biggie, and more than likely how Diddy was involved in that. We've talked about how he mistreated his artists, how he mistreated the folks around him, how he wasn't trying to pay them. We talked about how he was more than likely abusive to Cassie. These are things that we've talked about before this documentary, years before it even came out. Even Eminem himself, I forgot which rap song it was, even rapped about Diddy and the possibility of him being involved in the unaliving of Tupac and Biggie. So why are people writing these dissertations, coming up with these theses and everything else about 50? You know, the man is good at what he does when it comes to television, series, movies, anything dealing with film and production. He's awesome at it. But that doesn't mean that he erased all of his past and some of the things that he could be doing currently. Like, we know these things about 50 Cent. Two things can be true. 50 is an ass. He could be an abuser himself, amongst other things. But this documentary was good. So if you have not seen it, please pull it up on Netflix and check it out. You're going to get a nice background of how Diddy was raised, how he actually became the person he is today. Very insightful. It lets you know about, you know, his father passing, how he didn't really get a chance to know his father for who he was, how his mother molded him into this pretty much person that he is today. Also lets you know how he became big. It wasn't because of his gift when it came to rapping. I don't even think he had gifts of talent. But yeah, so it just gives you a whole insight on Diddy and who he is and how he came to be. You don't have to believe what I'm saying, but definitely go check it out for yourself. Let me know if you already seen it and what you think about it in the comments. All right. Always say, stay in the know and keep your head on the swivel. All right, let's go.